Coach, just overall thoughts on a big weekend for you guys.
Yeah, it's great. Couldn't have asked for more. BC is a very good team. Obviously came into the season highly ranked, and they should be. They played 2 great games. I think we put together a great weekend for ourselves. Yesterday, a different game than today, which often happens with the back-to-back games. So today a little bit more defensive, tighter, less goal scoring, but I love the way that we finished it out. I think there was some momentum swings throughout the game, and when we needed to make key plays, we did. And we had great sticks in the D zone. Oftentimes their key players would have the puck or be trying to make plays, and we'd get a stick on it or another stick on it. Just I'm sure a little aggravating to have to play against. And Maddie made some huge saves to settle things down throughout the game. So well done all across the board.
Like you mentioned yesterday, they were going to come out firing, which they did, but You guys scored the first goal. How important was that for you guys today?
That was great. Yeah, we talked about that, building off the momentum that we had from yesterday and going into this game. And with a lot of young players in our locker room, we weren't sure how they were going to bounce back, but I thought our first period was excellent. To go up 2 goals against BC again in that first 20, that was huge for us. And while they cut the lead to 1, we still had the lead the entire game and held on to it, so that was great.
You didn't have to run to their goalie to give them the power play. That
right.
Might have been a shutout otherwise.
Right.
Special teams, 6 or 7 on the PK, 2 or 5 on the power play. What are some things that you liked as far as special teams go?
Yeah, I like the way our power plays clicking in zone. They're trying to make plays, good possession, and good puck retrievals. So we might shoot and not get it in. There's a rebound, we come up with it, we reload, we re-attack. I think our kill was really, really strong all game. If you think back to those PKs, most of the 2 minutes were in zone. And we stuck together. We had good sticks again, good communication. Really, I mean, there are a lot of talented players on that BC power play. So to keep them to 1 was good. And yeah, very
It
good.
seemed like penalty killers. They were out there for a long time. Didn't really get winded as much, but how big was it for you guys that they stayed level-headed and didn't panic?
Yeah, they did a great job. I think the penalty kill sometimes is more thinking than working. There are moments where you have to turn it up and work hard, but a lot of times it's having a good stick, forcing things one way or the other. But it's mentally exhausting. But we stuck together, and being on the bench while they're making blocks or good plays, the energy is rising and rising. So as we kill those penalties, the bench is getting momentum and confidence off of that.
Well, we talked about this a little yesterday about how, sometimes they seem out of position trying too hard, but you guys, I mean, all your young players, have you been working that hard with them on that, or did you recruit people who had that mentality?
Hockey sense?
Well,
I think the group has a good knowledge of the game. So
I mean, the ability to use it defensively as well. Everyone wants to score.
Yeah.
So that's where you cheat on defense, and nobody cheated on defense.
Right. No, I think we take pride in the D zone. I think that was shown all weekend long. We come back hard. Our forwards come back hard, so our D can stay up and make plays. We take pride in blocking shots and helping our goalie out wherever we can. So I think it's just a mentality that we have, and I think our freshmen are really savvy hockey players, which helps. They can adapt to those situations quicker maybe than others.
Were you pleasantly surprised at that, or did you anticipate it by the way you recruited those people?
Yeah, I mean, as has been mentioned, Lizzie Norton has 2 gold medals from the U18s. Maggie Flaherty has 1. Gabby Hughes, Annika Linzer. So there's no surprise that they are complete hockey players, and the others as well. So not surprising. We've been pretty excited about this recruiting class. This is a class that we brought in my first year here. That's when these commitments were happening. So we were pretty excited, and to have them here finally is just, it's awesome.
You guys were able to get those 2 goals in the first period and maintain that lead, but how are you going to work with your team to really make sure you're finding the back of the net when you have those opportunities later in the game?
Yeah, I liked our chances, when we got them. The second period was a little bit sluggish. There were 3 penalties called on us, so that really impacts the flow of the game. I think you take one of those away and we might have gotten rolling again, but we had to play a lot of defense that period. So whenever we're in the O-zone and we have the puck on our stick or we're forechecking, I think we're creating. And even in the end there, where maybe we were tired, the game was tight, we were getting good looks at the net. So it'll come.
And this was a huge weekend for your team, but next weekend doesn't get any easier. How are you going to kind of continue this into next weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. Like I've said, we like to play the best team, so we just swept the number 4 team. Let's go. Let's see Minnesota. It's a great opportunity for us.
What's the main thing I may have not thought of this yet, what's the main thing you really need to see your team improve on during practice this week?
I thought we were pretty good this weekend, but we just need to keep cranking it up. You know, there are always finer points of the game that we can get better at. Comfortability with your line mates and D partners and getting some other players more experience so that we can play more kids. So I think just everything can get better. Even though we're good now, everything can get better.
Going back to your first year, the first time you saw Minnesota UMD play, was it kind of a revelation, or was it something you'd anticipate? I mean, it's a different deal.
Yeah, it's different. The rivalry?
Yeah.
Yeah, the rivalry is awesome.
I mean, at first, when you first saw it, were you like, wow, it's like it's exhilarating to be on either side?
Yeah, it's very cool. It's a special rivalry, Bulldogs, Gophers. Now that I've been here going on 4 years now, right. I understand it. I love it. And I think it's great for our sport in particular. I hope the crowds come out for it because these are 2 really, really good teams coming to Amsoil. So it should be a fun weekend.
Just for anyone who wants to answer, opening weekend, sweep a top 5 team in the country, what does this say about your team? What would you say?
I think that's huge for us to come out and build off that momentum that we got. And I mean, they're a huge team and we matched their intensity, played well defensively, and capitalized on our chances offensively. So it was big for us to get that under our belt going into Minnesota.
And Maggie, first goal as a Bulldog for you, what was going through your head during that moment?
Everything just kind of went to a blur during that. I mean, I just kind of looked at the bench and I was like, oh my gosh. And I don't know, seeing everyone cheering and being right next to you was awesome.
So that kind of settled the nerves a little bit. Now you got your goal during opening weekend. You can go through the rest of the season now?
A little bit, but I mean, still got a lot of work to do, so.
Goal a game day, right? You settle for that?
We'll take it day by day.
And Ryleigh, 3 goals on the weekend for you. What was working so well for you?
I think just feeding off the team's energy. We were really rolling together as a team, and I was just happy to contribute as much as I could, and it just happened to be me, but I think it could have been anyone on the ice.
What can you take away from these 2 wins this weekend going into Minnesota next week?
Just a lot of confidence, I think. We've been working really hard this preseason, and it just goes to show how much work we put in and how it's paying off.
Maddie, finally back in a regular season game, how did it feel to really be out there with your team again this year?
Yeah, I felt really good to be back with this team. I was so impressed by all of my teammates, and it was really fun to play behind them. So I'm really looking forward to it this year.
Maddie, stopped 26-27 tonight. What were your teammates doing out there that made it easy for you to track the puck tonight?
I think what was huge is block shots. I mean, there were times when I didn't even see what was going on in front of me, so those block shots were huge. And if there was a rebound, I mean, they cleared it, so they really helped me out back there.
Like you mentioned, you got Minnesota next week. How do you carry this confidence, self-esteem over into next week?
This just set the bar, I think. I mean, going into Minnesota, we know what we can do. We proved ourselves, and we got to take that intensity and just keep building.
Ryleigh, past seemed pretty crisp out there. You guys are finding each other, but on the ice, how confident are you guys right now that you guys are finding each other?
I think we're pretty confident. Practices have gone well. We're just trying to build that chemistry and keep that rolling into the season.
As far as special teams go, you guys were 6-7 on the PK. How comfortable are you guys out there so far this season?
I think we worked a lot on PK, and it just goes to show that if you put in the work, it's going to translate into the game, and we're really proud of our PK.
Maddie, did you have any tough saves that you remember? I mean, they really kept them. They didn't get anything generated. They had to throw the puck at you just through traffic. You know what I mean? They didn't have any real slick plays.
Yeah, I think the toughest saves were just on the PK. Otherwise, we had covered well, so made it easy for me.
So the other question is, have you seen the Gophers in UMD play?
I have not.
And you've been involved. It's a different deal.
It is. It's a huge game.
So this is fun and all that, but I'm not sure. Someone said, well, we wondered who would score, and I said, well, they only got 2, I don't know if that'll be enough. Will that be enough for Minnesota?
I mean, you never really know what's going to happen. It's going to be a different game every time we step on the ice, but I think we came together as a team, and I think that's all that matters.
Maddie, the scoring stopped after the first period, but the opportunities didn't. How comfortable are you guys just sitting back and playing your game?
We're comfortable, but I mean, you got to keep going, and you got to keep the consistency and the high level up. Just gotta keep going.